Howdy folks, and welcome to another episode of Wandering Throttle. A little bit of a different one today. So the video I was supposed to be doing where I was going through a run through of all the kit that were taken on Peak Shred 2026, that video is still in production and hasn't been finished yet. So I wanted to do a little bit of a video just to tide you over until that one is ready. So today we're going to be doing 4 things on the bike. First of all, we're going to be replacing the cable tie that came out of the ignition housing when we had the breakdown on, the fix-it stop on the A19 on day 1 of Scotland Shred 2026. I'd also like to try and clean the inside of the left-hand housing because the hazard lights have stopped working. Indicators work fine, hazards have stopped working, so that's something else I'm going to look at. Next job is to take off the pillion footrests because it's only me heading down to the Peak District. Mrs. Throttle is staying here, so there's no need for them and it stops me catching my leg on them. And then finally we've got a Dart Flyscreen to fit as well, just to try and keep the wind buffeting off me during the long motorway miles. Right, now that's done, let's get started. Right, I'm not going to teach Granny how to suck eggs. This is the housing and there is 4 screws holding it in place. To take it off, you will need a star drill bit or screwdriver bit to take them out. Now I have already went ahead and put the new cable tie on. It just threads through the bottom where there is a separate hole and around the top. Nice and tight, cut off the end and then we'll put it back together. Now that's done, we're going to look at getting the left-hand housing off next. Now this is slightly different. So the right-hand housing has 4 screws. This one only has 2. So now the housing's off, let's have a quick look inside. The white box you can see just there is the indicator housing mechanism. Now, if you flick the indicator to the left, you'll see that it moves to the left. If you flick it to the right, you'll see you flick to the right. To turn on the hazards, what you need to do is push it in. Now, because that's not working, I'm assuming there's some dirt just inside the housing. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and clean that up. To do that, all I'm going to use is a little bit of degreaser and some blue cloth. Dead easy. Now I didn't end up showing you all of that. I ended up having to get a couple of cotton buds just to get into the nooks and crannies just to get it clean. But it's all sorted now and it's ready to put it all back together. Now, just to make sure that everything that I've been fiddling with so far is torqued up properly, I'm just going to use a little ratchet here just to put a little bit extra pressure on those screws. So now that's done, the next task is to take off these pillion pegs. Now the pillion pegs are held on by 2 bolts. One at the top here and one at the bottom down there. The other side is relatively fine, but the exhaust side is a little bit of a pain. So depending on how long these bolts have been in, they might be quite tight, especially if they've been torqued up to spec, which these ones have. Another little bit of advice that I would give you, and again, most of you I'm probably telling to suck eggs, so just ignore me. But if you are doing any work on the bike and you're worried about bolts potentially dropping out, maybe put like a rag or something just between, like, say, the pillion footrest here and the exhaust. I haven't done that, but I'm going to now. So here's another little trick for you. Because I can't get in with the ratchet and the Allen key is proving difficult as well, what you can do is, if you use the bit, you can put that into the hole. You can always grab a typical spanner of the right size for the bit and just use that. And there you have it, it is off. Using the spanner is a good method, but it is a pain because you're doing it at about a quarter turn at a time. So just keep that one in mind. It is a last resort, but it is a useful get out of jail free card. As I mentioned, the bolts on the opposite side are a hell of a lot easier to get into. Well, that took a little bit of doing. It wasn't just the Allen key. I had to use a couple of tools to get it out, but it got out eventually. And there we go. That is job 3 done and dusted. Now, this should have been the point where I decided to then fit the Dart Flyscreen. I would like to say I'm not sponsored by Dart in any way, shape or form. It was just the Flyscreen I decided to go for. However, it took me 10 minutes to fit the Flyscreen. That is from getting the box, opening the box and fitting it. And the reason I didn't record it is because the camera died, unfortunately, and in the time it took to actually charge the power bank again, I'd already fitted it. It didn't take that long, so I'll show you what it looks like. So the screen itself fits nicely just above the headlamp. It's attached by 2 brackets that fit onto the forks right at the top, and then it is screwed in there and there. Now personally, I don't think it detracts at all from the look of the bike. It's not really my style personally, but for the comfort it'll give us on the motorways heading down to the Peak District, I think it'll be worth its weight in gold. Well, there you go folks, that is a little bit of motorcycle maintenance and a few additions to the bike. Right, well, I'm going to go for a brew and I'll see you in a few.